What's up, Fire family? It's Kiahonfire, and welcome back to Conan Exiles. Today I'm going to teach you how to tame thralls on the map of the Isle of Siptah. Now, it may be a little bit difficult to know how to do this one, but there is a very different way to find thralls on this actual map, and it's from these. These are called surges, and they actually appear on your mini-map as little blue kind of crowns everywhere around the map. Now, they actually spawn in lots of different places when they do actually come about. They can be different every time, but they should be really obvious because in the background you're going to see these tornadoes going along, and you should see this little blue, and well, you can see the exiled worlds up in there, which is really cool. So the thralls actually drop out of a portal from the sky that is spawned by that thing over there. So we have here some nice black hand stuff and a nice T3 archer. Now, let me teach you something on this map. It's actually quite important to actually tame the lower ones this time, not just the higher ones, because the higher ones are actually harder to come by and much more difficult to obtain. So I do absolutely recommend you do make use of the lower ones as soon as possible, and then you go for the higher ones when you've geared up a little bit better. So here we go. Here's another one on the other side of the map. So we have all the way over here, and we got some dogs of the desert, for example. We have some T1s. So as I said, doing the T1s is important. They don't spawn from any camps of any sort. It's these surges or the lie shrines that you use to be able to get thralls out of this actual system. The only place with thralls that you can't actually really tame is the top, and that is the trading market. So that is where you get those kind of things that you need. Perhaps if you're looking for a set city, it's another example of one of those, but there definitely isn't nothing worthy of taming there, I must admit. But as I said, this is not the only way to actually go about taming thralls. There is also lie shrines. This is your other option of taming thralls. Now, if you want to go about doing this, the idea is you need to feed the lie shrine to give you thralls. So you do this by feeding it the question mark purpley essencey looking stuff. So you come up to this altar, you have these things. You can see you can make it with Eldarium, which you get from the Elder Vaults, may I say. And then you go ahead and make one. So I'm going to make one now. Here we go, split this, put it in. It's going to take 50 of this, which you should be able to get from at least one vault. And I'm going to make one of the west. So there we go, we made a base. Now you can see in here, the flame wants this stuff to function. So we have the greater, the unstable, and the lesser. Greater being the best, which you get from elder things in the maelstrom, and then all of this you get from the smaller mobs in the maelstrom. So of course this will give you the best amount of stuff, this not so much. So I'll give you a little example here. I will put one in, that gives me one. I put one of these in, if I split it up, that gives me 2. If I was to put one of these in, that will give me 50. So there you go, you can see how much of a difference and how much of worth that is. You could do that, and then put it to the amount you like. Of course, if you put more of this in, then the better of a surge you're going to be getting. So let me just tell you that. And that's the clue I'll give you for now, but you do this, and it will spawn a surge now that you have fueled it up. So we keep an eye up. There we go, here comes the surge. There we go. We have initiated a surge. Now there's a really cool thing you can do with this, as it will spawn you thralls on these plates. With the thing in the middle as of current, you can feed this, some of this, and then you activate this lever here, and it will knock out the thralls that you can actually tame. So you can see for the amount I put in here, it's given me an elite fighter, some elites here, and it's given me also a fighter 1. That's a good enough example, I guess. So we'll turn the lever, and I imagine 2 of them will fall. Oh no, 1 of them. There we go. So you see we got a fighter that we can go and take back to the base. These guys you can't tame. So you can see there, this thing activates. It's very cool, by the way. Let me just say that. But then we'll go try another one, and let's have a look. This is quite an expensive way to do it, may I say. You might just want to use your traditional knockout methods, but it is very helpful if you, I would say if you're going to spawn the best, most powerful surge, this thing, then it's worth using this method. But if you're going to spawn one like I just did, it's definitely not worth using that method. So who do we have here? An archer, a bearer, and some elites. Remember, this is open inventory, so if you do leave it in here, someone might just walk by and steal it all. So that's another thing to be very careful of. But as you can see, it knocked over another 2. So there we go. And that used quite a lot of our actual stuff. So as you can see, I can't use lots of it. Well, I need lots of it to be able to knock them out. But this is the other way you obtain the thralls. The actual bearer free there is pretty nice, actually, out of these. So it might be worth just doing a little bit at the first time to get some nice thralls. But remember, everybody can use these. You're not like protected or anything when you use one of these. So if you are in PvP, you will need to be like ultra careful with using these, and pick a good window and some good defense as you're at it as well. That's pretty much the whole thing here. How you get the thralls, of course. So make sure you bring out your taming equipment and get ready. But of course, the most easiest way will always be like these wild surges around the place, and probably your first best option. Unless you're on PvE, then I'd probably suggest giving these a go and using the easiest vault as a place to go and get the Eldarium to activate the actual shrine. But that is pretty much all I have in my video today. Of course, they follow the other normal ways of knocking them out as well. You can use your Truncheon and the Wheel of Pain just like you could on the other map. It's just a different way to get them this time round. So anyway, thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.